You got questions. I have some answers. This is the Schmidt Storm. Let's get going. The question is, what do I think about Donald Trump revoking Secret Service protection for Mike Pompeo and John Bolton? This is very important for everybody to understand. The Iranian regime has threatened assassination of high-level American officials on American soil. And fundamentally, the Biden administration did nothing about this. And this is unacceptable. And I want to say that it's unacceptable through the prism of being a political opponent of Mike Pompeo and of John Bolton. I disagree with them. Disagreed with their service in the Trump administration. But their service in the Trump administration served the people of the United States who elected Donald Trump. And Iranians have no right to kill any of these people, including Donald Trump. Donald Trump is our problem, not an Iranian problem. And in America, we deal with problems at the ballot box. What Donald Trump did after the Biden administration did nothing is take away their security in an act of retribution and smallness and pettiness. And it's wrong. And it endangers those lives. And let's be clear about something. If somebody came in to the Oval Office and said to Donald Trump, Mr. President, someone just shot Mike Pompeo and John Bolton, would Donald Trump say, oh my God, or would he say good? And anybody who thinks that Donald Trump wouldn't say good hasn't been paying attention. And they're ignorant of the events of January 6th when he sent his mob to hang his vice president. And when he was told the vice president was in danger, he said a version of good. He deserves it. The question is, what is my reaction to Elon Musk's non-apology for the Hitler salute and then his poem that he released on X where he mocks his Hitler salute and the outrage over it? January 27th will be the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. And shortly after midnight, Soviet Army scouts came into a subcamp. And about 3 p.m. that afternoon, they entered the remnant of the extermination camp in the Auschwitz I main camp. Adolf Hitler incinerated as part of an industrial extermination plan over 6 million Jews. 11 million people died in those camps, killing camps. Some of them, like Treblinka, killed upwards of 1 million people, and there are 9 known survivors. This was the most evil regime in history. 405,000 Americans gave their lives in the war to stop Adolf Hitler from imposing slavery over all of human civilization. In front of the White House ellipse, between the Washington Monument, the founder of the United States, man who created the nation with acts of humility, walking away from power. The other side of that, the Lincoln Memorial, the man who saved the nation, who said at the end of a long civil war, with malice towards none and charity towards all. In the middle of that is the World War II Memorial. And in that memorial, there's a pillar for every American state and territory, and each state and each territory made a blood sacrifice to defeat the greatest evil that's ever been. Elon Musk delivered that Nazi salute as part of an administration behind the seal of the President of the United States of America. I cannot think, and I don't believe, that there has ever been a more disgusting gesture ever made from behind that seal. It is extraordinary, and it is extraordinarily disgusting. There are no words for me to register my disgust, and still, it's not enough. This is a man who's trying to destabilize the world. He's a dangerous man. And he is demonstrating that he's an evil man. This is an evil cause. These are the most important lessons in history. And Elon Musk is celebrating the greatest evil in history, while all around us is a complete amnesia about the events that he's celebrating. It's sick, it's wrong, it's disgusting, un-American, and all of that. Mostly it's dangerous and evil. The question is Donald Trump's executive order that ends what he terms birthright citizenship unconstitutional? Let me quote the federal judge. It is blatantly unconstitutional. And let's stop using this term birthright citizenship that has been made up by Donald Trump. If you're part of a political opposition, don't debate their lies. Birthright citizenship isn't a thing. I'll explain how it works. If you take your first breath in American air, you are one of the 700 million and growing that have been Americans. There are 340 million of us now. Almost half of all Americans who have ever lived are alive right now. It's an incredible thing to think about. What makes you an American are one of two things. You breathe your first breath here, or you choose to swear an oath to the Constitution at the end of a process where you are naturalized as a citizen. And think about that word, naturalized. Naturalized to what? Your first breath. Because no American is above any other American. And so when that cab driver from Ghana swears that oath, a cleaning lady from Mexico, whose son may be the president someday or daughter, they are as equal, their citizenship no different than a descendant of George Washington's or one from the Mayflower or whomever. So no, Donald Trump is going to titillate his base. Their ignorance is a tool for him, and he will tell them things, give them things that are performative, that are emotive, but lack any connection to reality. And his birthright citizenship is high up on that list. Question is, how is it possible that Trump's meme coin scam is legal while he is president? I do not believe that Trump's meme coin scam is legal. It is an emolument, so it's not just illegal, it's unconstitutional. And let's be clear, it's a scam. Presidency is the Trump gifting room, and the king likes his tributes. Now, there's another thing that needs to be said. The Trump meme coin, who may be valued at 58 billion, or maybe it's valued at 59 quadrillion trillion. Its value is zero. It's a scam, and he's going to cash out of it into real money and leave a bunch of suckers holding the bag. All of this stuff is the tulip craze, and all of it is going to lead to someplace not very good. Does anybody else remember 2008 and 2009? Seems in our modern day that there's a certain element of genius that produces people who invent things like financial derivatives and Trump coin and tell us in some straight-faced way that it's worth 58 billion, right? That these coins are worth more than, for example, GM. They're not. Suckers bet. Stay away. I'm Steve Schmidt. This is The Warning, and I invite you to subscribe on our Substack, on our YouTube channel. Follow us. Welcome to the community.